Can you turn the light on, please?
It actually looks cool when it floats.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Oh, nice turn.
Well,
That's all right. Good.
Good afternoon. Welcome to Rogue Diabetes. It's where my wife has a plan and I don't. Today we want to talk to you about our goals for the upcoming year and the new year with lessons we've learned from last year with diabetes. Just what are some of your main goals this year?
Okay.
The outtakes are going to be awesome.
Just very news anchory. I love it.
I'm Ron Burgundy.
Stop. Okay. No, so New Year's resolutions. I think resolutions they're just hard. Like we want to, like everyone's all about SMART goals. You want to make them specific and all of those good things. But for me personally, the biggest thing I'm going to try to tackle this year is just my mindset about diabetes. So I think the hardest thing as a mom that I think, and as a parent probably.
I'm not a mom.
He's not a mom. But not exclusive to moms, but in a parenting, someone with type 1 diabetes, there's this immense responsibility. And we're so fortunate that Abel does everything that we ask of him. And so anytime he's out of normal range, which is always the goal, okay, not everything that we ask of him. I mean with diabetes related. He's not a robot. He's a normal 9-year-old boy.
He has his rebellious streak. I don't know where he gets it from, but he does a very good job.
And we're going to be very thankful for that rebellious, independent thinking at some point. Okay, so back on track. Our first goal is to stay on track in 2021. Okay, so with Abel does everything that we ask of him with diabetes related things. He never complains about shots. And we're very, we're trying to find the balance all the time of being proactive with insulin, but not being aggressive. So he's never complained about doing a microcorrection, which is another shot that he has to, take from us. He never complains about the diet. He's never saying, Mommy, I really wish I could have these donuts that we pass by every Sunday at church. Now, do I think that he thinks that they look good? Yeah, sure. But he doesn't focus on what he can't have. The biggest struggle nutrition-wise is getting him to eat eggs. He just doesn't care for eggs and he thinks poultry is his enemy, unquote. So it's more about getting him to eat more protein than getting him to stop a habit. So in that way, we're super duper fortunate. But as a mom, it places this stress and responsibility. Anytime he's out of normal range, I feel like I have failed him. And that's not a healthy mindset. In some ways it motivates me to learn more and, try harder, but at the same time it can be really defeating when the nights have been long or, other things play into Abel's blood sugar. So, right now, for someone who doesn't gravitate toward quant classes, numbers mean a lot to me as far as how I perceive my value or how I'm doing. So right now, Abel Dexcom says he's at 111. It's a new sensor day. So we just tested him, he's in the 80s. But if this were to say, 121, I'd be like, oh, great. I'm basically a high 0 as a parent right now. Pi for the effort, 0 for what I have actually achieved right here in this moment. No, but we.
So when she says aggressive with things, that she's really.
No,
I'm learning a lot. We are all having our eyes opened right now.
I just want to be honest. It's hard and it stinks sometimes. And my goal, my resolution for this year, is to make time in my day to both celebrate, and every day to both celebrate what we've been able to achieve with Abel's cooperation, but also, recognize that there's more to learn. And as a mom, on those tough nights and those long days, making room in my heart to, celebrate the successes and what we've been able to do, and also, without beating myself up, prod myself to learn more and to stay ahead of it. Nutrition, honestly, is the very easiest part of diabetes management. Abel does what he asked us to do. It's super easy.
He does what he asked us to do.
Yeah, well, it's too easy to find recipes. My point is, nutrition's the easiest part.
It is.
But we have to stay ahead of hormones. We have to stay ahead of, him getting back into sports. So
Low
that
pressures, high pressures.
Yeah, weather. So that requires us to read ahead and anticipate what his body is going to do, so that when we see it in his patterns, we're not thrown off guard, so that we can be more, again, proactive. So those are my goals. And
not
then
lofty at all.
And with that,
Absolutely.
do more reading. So rereading Dr. Bernstein's Diabetes Solution, reading Think Like a Pancreas to understand better how the body works, not as a management guideline. And then also just dig more into research articles and medical journals, because they're available, and why wouldn't I do that?
Absolutely. And I fully support it, what you're
Thank
going
you.
for there.
I appreciate that. I'm so glad we're a team in this.
I think it's really important to be honest about the struggles that we have as parents with, and I think you've been very transparent and open and vulnerable at that, and I really do admire and respect that.
It's good, because I'm sweating a little bit.
I can see it. But I love you with all my heart. So,
Okay. So, Daddy, what?
from as a daddy, because I'm not a mommy, like we established that earlier. We are taught to rejoice always, pray without ceasing, and give thanks in all circumstances. And it doesn't mean that it's going to be easy to do that. But try to take the perspective of what the long-term goal is, and not lose sight of that and be flustered and lose composure in the moment when things aren't going right. So for example, last night, for some reason, Abel's growth spurt kind of seemed to tailor off a little bit that he's on. So it was a night of getting up every hour or so and giving a couple grams of dextrose, because last night after he went to bed, he decided not to grow as much. So, but in the grand picture, just being thankful that I get to be here, we get to be here to help him through these times, and to find rejoicing in that. Another thing I think we can do is we can really help empower him more to be in the decision-making process of what he wants to do for his body. He has started taking that role on a little more naturally, and I want to help us empower him to do that. And that's really the goal, is to give him the ability to manage his diagnosis and take care of himself, and really provide himself for a healthy life going forward. So I want to keep those things in focus. And lastly, I want to continue to reach out and help all of you know that our hearts go out to people who have been in a situation that we have recently been in, and then on the path that we're going down. And then also reach out to those who've gone down the path before us, and keep seeking wisdom and experience and understanding and knowledge from people who have already trodden down this path, and who we can benefit from the knowledge of. So to continue being part of that community and establishing that information flow and helping everybody get after this together. That's all I have to say. Trish, you have anything to follow up?
I think that's it.
All right. Well, God bless you all.
That should be enough for 2021.
That should be enough for 2021. Yeah. Wow. And God bless you all. Hope you have a great day.
Cut down on coffee? Probably not happening.
No, coffee.
Okay, so here's what I really want to do. I want to cut down on my ums. How's that for a smart goal? Because putting yourself on camera, well, that'll just illuminate some, what is it called when you don't feel confident about something? Insecurities. That'll illuminate some insecurities.
Totally.
It's fun. I just
Uno,
did,
as Abram told me earlier, just did 2. It's
it's a rough start to a year.
self-defeating. No,
Ooh, duh.
it's contagious.
No, one. Okay, so SMART goal.
As opposed to a dumb goal.
As opposed to a dumb goal.
Are there dumb
good
goals?
at dumb goals. No, so SMART goal.
I'd like to take 10 points off IQ this year.
So Abel's A1Cs have been in the completely non-diabetic normal range. That I want to continue that for sure. I think that is a very measurable, timely,
And so by doing though,
specific goal.
things that I would add, you edit this whenever you want.
I will edit it.
Or she'll do what she wants.
Just make it easy for me to edit, please. That should be a goal of yours. Make editing easier.
I want to make editing easier for Trish. I want her life to be better and easier, and I want to not complicate it so much with my rambling during these recordings. Anyway, what do you get if you fart into your wallet? Gas money! Yes! Abram's new favorite daddy joke.